What if the moment you took your first breath, your life was already rewritten? What if you were promised to one family, only to discover decades later you belonged to another? In Colombia in the early 1980s, a baby named Fernando Lucumí was taken from a hospital by nuns. He grew up far from his biological family, but nearly 40 years later, his search would lead to extraordinary twists. Welcome to this story of disappearance, identity, and reunion. In today's video, we explore the case of Fernando Lucumí, how he was abducted at birth, how he pursued the truth, and what his journey reveals about identity and justice. Let's begin. We start in Colombia. A baby is born. That child is Fernando Lucumí, but soon after his birth, he is taken from the hospital by nuns at a children's home. According to Swedish reporting media, Fernando was kidnapped when he was newborn and later adopted into Sweden. He grows up in Sweden, raised by an adoptive family, believing this is his story. He is told he was adopted, but not the full truth of how or why. In his youth, Fernando senses something missing. He feels different. He feels distant from the story he's been told. From the world around him, he senses a gap. This is more than an adoption story. It is a case of abduction, of family lines disrupted. As Fernando grows older, he carries questions. Being adopted into Sweden, raised in a new culture, this man searches for belonging. He finds himself doubting. He wonders, who are my real parents? What happened at birth? What did the nuns know? At age 20, he makes the chance journey back to Colombia, seeking his biological mother. He visits archives, appears on Colombian TV, hopes for answers, but comes up short. In Sweden, he receives a DNA kit as a birthday gift. He takes it hesitantly. He thinks, this might be a scam. But the results come back and change everything. The label on the envelope is cold, official, but the impact is anything but. The moment the result arrives, the world he has known starts to crack. Here is the turning point. The DNA test says, yes, you belong to a family in Colombia. He has 11 siblings. He has a mother waiting. The truth he thought impossible becomes real. Imagine the shock. The afternoon before you felt safe. The next day you're in someone else's story. That's what happened to Fernando. And yet, the story is not clean. The nuns and the children's home where he was taken remain part of the mystery. Questions: why was he taken? Who authorized it? How many others like him? The evidence: hospital records, children's home logbooks, adoptees' testimony. Some pieces exist, many gaps remain. Let's explore possible explanations. One theory: the hospital or children's home acted outside legal adoption channels, perhaps believing they were helping, perhaps for darker motives. Another: there was a network of international adoptions and transfers with inadequate oversight in the 1980s. Fernando's case may be one among many. We must ask, are there more children whose birth families still wait? Are adoptive families aware of the origin story? And for Fernando himself, he now faces a dual identity, the Swedish upbringing and the Colombian origin. The psychological impact is huge, feeling part of two worlds, of neither world fully. As he said, he learned early he was different, felt alien outside the home. The case forces us to ask, what is identity worth? What is family? What is justice? How far does justice reach for a crime that happened decades earlier? Fernando eventually meets his biological family, mother, 11 siblings. The reunion is emotional. He steps into a new narrative of his life. But the story does not end with a handshake. He still carries trauma. He still carries gaps. The people involved, the nuns, the institution, they may never face full accountability. It's not just about one man. It's about hidden stories, about children uprooted, about institutions that operate in shadows. It's about the long reach of truth. So I leave you with this. If you ever feel you don't belong, remember, identity can be reclaimed, family can be found, truth can be pursued. What do you make of Fernando's journey? How should society handle cases like his, where adoption, abduction, and institutional failures meet? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this story gripping, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into crime, mystery, and human resilience. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next file.